Good day, everyone. We are discussing a very important issue today. We all know that social media has become a powerful space for expression, but it has also raised questions about accountability, regulation, and freedom of speech. Earlier this year, the controversy between Gary Darkman, Michi, and Sheyi has sparked conversations among Nigerians whether the stricter social media laws should even exist and if current regulations are even being enforced. Today, we are taking to the streets to hear what Nigerians think about social media regulation and online accountability. Let's go.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Please can you tell us your name?
I'm Abdul Saka.
Stella, I'm Abdul. Alright.
Chubelo.
What's the case that happened, the controversial case that happened between VDN and Kimichi earlier this year?
I wouldn't say I really know about, but I'll say I know the
Yes. Okay, my question for you is that regarding what issue that happened in social media between Very Darkman and Kimichi, which led to them drinking hypo on live stream, started posting hypo, which was not supposed to be, which is not something that is edible and something that is edible and something that is very crucial. So in this case, do you think that social media regulation should exist to ban such content from actually being used to you are considering that?
Yeah, for this actually, I believe social media should be regulated. But you should have some question. My thing like you should have some regulation. They say that a lot of people, I say people now, are now going to social media. I am going to social media, especially TikTok. Even some that don't have access to it, they might be viewing it through their parents' phone or their guardians or even their friends. So for this reason, social media should be regulated. Even iPhone themselves, they have to do like to explain to the public that iPhone is not something that is not edible. So for this reason, I believe social media should be regulated.
I would say the live stream was so extreme, also dangerous, and it shouldn't have been aired. Like, there should have been a regulation for it, because there are some people who follow everything they see on social media. They follow it blindly, and seeing those kind of stuff, IPO is not something to drink. IPO is dangerous. So seeing that some people who maybe they are depressed can take. So I think social media should regulate some things. Some content should not be aired online. It should not be seen.
Do you think social media platforms should maintain the same level of restriction, social media restriction across all platforms?
Yes, by all means, because if you restrict the first person that started the content, which is very, very, very good, right? In my opinion, I think it's very good that it was banned or restricted, right? Another person that is commenting on that same content account should also be restricted, because other people would also see from that place too as well, and it can actually give room for people to do it at any slightest. So the thing about influencers and all of these people that have high engagement with their audience is that so many, as if it's good, if it's bad, people would surely indirectly or unconsciously or consciously they want to act on it. So I think that it should be regulated across the same level, all social media,
Twitter,
yes, including X, TikTok, every single thing.
Another question is that in this case, they kind of dragged Sheyi Tinubu into it, and Sheyi Tinubu mentioned that it was more like a defamation, because Very Darkman at some point sounded as though he was insinuating that Kimichi and Sheyi Tinubu had a kind of personal relationship, and Sheyi Tinubu came online to actually debunk that. So in this case, do you think influencers and content creators should face legal consequences for content that spread misinformation or encourages dangerous behavior?
They should, because influencers are public figures. Whatever they do, indirect or direct, affects the public, those ones that follow them. So if you put out a content that is dangerous, that can affect people, you should be sued. So influencers should be sued for bringing out serious consequences.
So this law should exist as part of social media regulation.
Yes, it should.
That content creators and influencers should not use defamatory statements. Yes. Alright. So in this case, can we say that social media regulations were not included because this video is actually went viral? Why did it actually created for Hypo brand? Do you think Hypo brand has they have the right to sue these influencers that actually perpetrated this act?
So I'm not actually a Muslim, so I don't know if they have the right. But I believe they should have the right, because in some sense they kind of defamed the credo, they defamed the brand.
Government has responsibility of ensuring that those who are operating these social media platforms comply with the rules of the constitution of the country. Okay. If they do so, then we can have a kind of sanity. So, and this issue that's raised of VDN, Michi, and Sheyi Tinubu may not arise because everybody will comply. These people bring their full exuberance to many Nigerians. Yeah, that's not good. That's bad. It happens anywhere. It happens everywhere. Government has the right to regulate whether social media or the conventional media, traditional media, radio, television. There are regulations.
Yeah.
There are regulations. Yes, you have the freedom to say what you want to say, but your freedom should not, be a hindrance for others to have their own freedom. social media, they are taking out on social media. Those who see that among those who are young, who cannot interpret the message, who think they actually drank alcohol. Whereas they don't drink that alcohol substance. They only play for just those who there. So, therefore, it is the responsibility of the government to ensure that sanity is somewhat maintained when we talk of social media operations in our country.
And with this, we've come to an end of our interviews. So what do you think out there? Do you think that social media should be regulated so that such events as this would no longer take place? We want to hear your opinion. Thank you so much.